This is how life really is like in Lombok. It caught me by surprise, and it pains me to say it's so much better than Bali. I decided to stop traveling full-time last year. I had been traveling full-time for the past 8 years, so I needed somewhere to settle down, space to breathe, space to think, relax, and feel alive again. So I left my city, Singapore, for a wee break. If you've ever lived in a city, you'll know why. Singapore is chaotic on most days, like any city. Everything and everyone is moving all the time. I genuinely thought Singapore was what I needed when I decided to stop traveling this year. What I experienced in Lombok made me realize that wasn't the case. But I had some reservations about going to the island initially. Lombok wasn't polished like Bali. I still remember my first thought when I got to Lombok. How can a place this undeveloped feel so peaceful? Lombok is underdeveloped in the best possible way. Wide fields, endless agriculture, empty lands, small towns where English wasn't a common language. But you know where the smiles are. Lombok's rawness was an immediate attraction. It reminded me of what authentic travel really feels like. I'm not saying Lombok will stay underdeveloped. It certainly doesn't look like it. What I'm saying is, if you're like me and you need somewhere nature, silence, good air, and fewer people is still a thing, get on the next plane to Lombok, because it might not be those things in 6 months. This island is coming alive. Now, let me tell you about the second best part. The surfing. No surprise there. I actually went to Lombok for the surfing. It's the #1 reason. And I think people visit for this reason, and it sure doesn't disappoint. Because of the island's all-year-round surfing experience, anyone can go there at any time of the year. There are consistent waves for all skill levels, from beginner-friendly beach breaks to advanced reef breaks. Surfing sure has a way of humbling you. I fell hard multiple times, bruises, wipeouts, moments of doubts, but I got back every time. I also had great support. I was having the time of my life, but getting knocked down so many times, I couldn't help but think surfing is just like life. You get knocked down, but you also have to get back up and keep living. And take those mistakes, some of which are just a wave, and there's nothing you can do about it. Take those mistakes and not dwell about them. What's funny is, even though I went to Lombok for alone time, on my second week there, I realized Lombok had other plans. And this is the best part, because I ran into some old Nomad friends. I met up with Rina, whom I had not met in the last 2 years. We had the best ball of time celebrating New Year's together in Bali 2 years ago. And then I was surprised to find that Asaya, who I first met in Bansko Nomad Fest. I'll link my experience up here. So I first met her there, I don't know, 3 years ago? And then I met her again in Koh Phangan. And I was so surprised to find that she was on the island at the same time as me. Lombok became extra special after we met. It was like a homecoming. I would typically have to travel to meet them. And now here we are, all in Lombok together. It became like a mini girls trip. We went on road trips, waterfall trips, read tarot card readings together, talked about life, boys, and more. It was the best time ever, and I find it really crazy that nature, adventure, and girl time landed at my doorstep after I decided to stop traveling full-time. This trip grounded me so much, mentally, physically, spiritually, and I was able to journal. I was super active. I got into a good weekly routine to the gym, like 3 to 4 times a week, and then I would surf the other 4 times a week. I came alive. I felt truly alive. Sure, Lombok isn't as perfect or as developed as other places, and that's exactly why I loved it. It reminded me that travel isn't about taking off places on a bucket list. It's about what it makes you feel. And that's something I'll take with me wherever I go next. Where would you guys like me to go next? Hint, I'm going to a country that begins with S. Well, actually tonight. So share your guesses with me in the comment section. And if you like this video, do hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.